Are you ready to explore the strategic decisions of financial titans in the recent quarter? Well, in this video we are going to look at all the meaningful changes made in the portfolios of top investors like Warren Buffett, Mohnish Pabrai, Li Lu, Howard Marks, Michael Burry or Bill Ackman. And we can use this information as inspiration for our own investment ideas. If some of the best minds in investing are putting their money into certain companies, it might be wise to take a closer look at those moves and consider whether these companies could also be a good investment for us. But before we dive into each portfolio separately, let's take a look at the big picture and see the top 10 companies bought by super investors last quarter. The 10th most popular stock among super investors was CVS Health Corp. 6 super investors bought it, and the reported price, which basically is the price at the end of the quarter, was $62. Currently, the stock is 15.8% cheaper. Interesting. At number 9, we have Alphabet Class C shares. This stock was bought by 6 super investors and the reported price was $167. Since then, the stock is up by 3.6%, so no meaningful change here. Then at number 8, we see Apple stock, which was also bought by 6 super investors. Reported price was $232 and currently the stock is down by 3.3%. 7th most bought stock was Starbucks. It was bought by 7 super investors at a reported price of $97. And currently the stock is up by 1.4%, so nothing meaningful. 6th place goes to Wesco International. 7 super investors bought it at a reported price of $167. Since then, the stock is up by an impressive 21%, so a nice investment so far. At number 5, we have Flutter Entertainment, bought by 7 super investors at a reported price of $237. This stock currently is up by 11.7%, so another nice result. 4th is Amazon, bought by 8 super investors for a reported price of $186. Right now it is up by 7.9%. And we get to the podium places. 3rd most bought stock last quarter was Walt Disney, with 8 super investors and a price of $96. So it is up by a very meaningful 19.4%. 2nd place goes to Visa. 9 super investors bought its shares at a reported price of $277. Currently, the stock is up by 11.5%. And the stock with the highest number of buyers in the recent quarter was Microsoft. We see 10 super investors and the reported price of $430. That means that so far it is down by 3.6%. Alright, now we know the most popular stocks from last quarter. But let's dig a bit deeper and look at some of the most significant and interesting transactions from Q3 2024. Warren Buffett made 2 meaningful changes. One was a reduction of his position in Bank of America by 22.7%. That is a 3.5% change for his entire portfolio. And that is just the second reduction of this position since he bought it in Q3 2017. Second important change concerns his Apple position. He's selling this stock every quarter for the last year, and this time he sold another 25%, and that is $8 5.7% change to his entire portfolio. He made a number of other sale transactions, so altogether he's still gathering cash and preparing Berkshire Hathaway for a buying spree when current inflated prices drop. Li Lu made two changes to his portfolio. He reduced his position in Apple by 58.2% and opened a new position by buying Sibyl Offshore Corporation, which is an oil and gas company from Houston. Mohnish Pabrai is acting opposite to Buffett, and he is mainly buying. His only sale transaction was a reduction of his Arch Resources position by 92.1%. So that is a very meaningful move. But he bought Danaos, which is one of the world's largest independent owners of container ships. He added 6.8% to Alpha Metallurgical Resources. He also added 48.1% to Warrior Met Coal. And his biggest move was a buy transaction of Consol Energy. He added 347.9% to this position, which is over a quarter of his entire portfolio. And right now, this company is his second biggest investment in the portfolio. Terry Smith made a lot of transactions, and he was mainly selling. His two most meaningful changes to the portfolio were a 17% reduction of his Philip Morris investment and 82.8% reduction of his position in McCormick & Co., which is an American food company that specializes in spices. Howard Marks also made a lot of moves in the last quarter. The most meaningful ones were a 35.7% reduction of Valette, 28.3% reduction of Star Bulk Carriers, 59.4% reduction of Banco Bradesco position, and 8% reduction of his Torm position. And because Torm is his biggest position by far, this reduction equals 2.3% of the entire portfolio. He also made two important buy transactions. He opened a position in California Resources and Talen Energy, which are both energy companies. So this industry may be something we should take a closer look at. Seth Klarman made some very meaningful moves last quarter, so let's just look at the biggest ones. He exited his position in Will Scott Mobile Mini Holdings, Jazz Pharmaceuticals, and Humana. He also reduced his position in CRH by 37.6%. That is an international group of diversified building materials businesses. And he also reduced Fidelity National Information Services by 72.3%. But he wasn't only selling. He added 7.8% to Willis Towers Watson, 46.2% to Eagle Materials, 37% to Alphabet, and 56.6% to Wesco International, which is an electrical distribution and services company. And he also bought Dollar General. And straight away, he made it his seventh biggest position, which makes up 5.5% of his portfolio. Bill Ackman made three very large moves. He reduced his position in Hilton Worldwide Holdings by 17.7%, that equals 2.8% of his portfolio. He also increased his Nike position by 435.5%, making it now over 11% of his portfolio. And he added 377.6% to Brookfield Corporation, which right now is his biggest position at 13.5% of the entire portfolio. David Tepper made a lot of moves last quarter. Just to mention the biggest ones, he reduced his Oracle investment by 21.3% and his Adobe investment by 44.4%. He also exited his UPS position, reduced Microsoft by 17.9%, and his biggest sale transaction was a 33.1% reduction of his Meta investment. But he was just as active buying. He opened new positions in Wynn Resources, Las Vegas Sands, NRG Energy, and Vistra Corporation. He also added 69.3% to JD.com, and his biggest buy transaction was adding 173.2% to Pinduoduo. This move equals 6.7% of his portfolio, and now Pinduoduo is his second biggest position after Alibaba. Michael Burry is known for a lot of fast changes to his portfolio. And also this quarter, he made such changes. For example, exiting his position in Houston Pacific Properties, which he bought just a quarter earlier. But there are some companies that he's holding or even adding to every quarter. And there are Alibaba, which he added 29% to. He also added 66.6% to Baidu and 100% to JD.com, which right now is his second biggest position after Alibaba. So I think it is pretty obvious that he believes that those Chinese companies will outperform the market in the coming quarters. Well, we will just have to wait and see. If you would like to learn more about some of the investors we talked about today, then check out my analysis of their portfolios. You can go to our channel page, click the magnifying glass, and type in the name of an investor you are interested in. Or you can just watch one of those videos. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.